is it's a big part of my love language. I'm even okay with it being the only one.
Please, sir. You want me to say something after you said that? Hi guys, welcome back to Journey with the Mokales. My name is Tinyoko Mokale.
I am Tokoloho Mokale.
And we are the Mokales. So
yes, we are.
So today, we're going to be talking about life after I do. I know, guys, that we promised to go into Women Evolve. So I've decided that we're going to be sharing a lot of that on my Instagram. So go to Nico Rose on Instagram and I'll be sharing more about Women Evolve. But today we're going to be focusing a lot more about marriage, right? We are almost 6 years old. On the 22nd of December 2017, I became your wife.
Yes, you did. Happiest day of my life.
So, and it's almost 6 years, and I think it's quite, I think, I don't know what the word is, but I think it's what God instructs of us and our union, to share the lessons that we've learned, and just to reflect on the journey traveled. So life after I do becomes quite tricky. Yeah. I mean, when we reflect on year 1, year 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's been quite interesting. It's been a journey. So, journey with the Mokales. Sorry. I had to sneak that in. So it's really been quite a journey for us, and there are about 5 things that we wanted to share with you in a quick video, just to reflect before we go into our anniversary date. And we wrote down 5 things that I think you can resonate with, and really just share in the comments in terms of your experience and so forth. So to start off, the first one that is very key for us, and I think foundational of our marriage, of our friendship, of really our union, is vulnerability. So, babes, I think in terms of the journey traveled, how important has our vulnerability to each other sort of shaped who we are today?
I think being vulnerable with one another gives us an opportunity to become, or to understand who you are loving, right? Because if I'm vulnerable, it means I open myself up for you to see the worst of me, even myself in naked, basically. And that gives you an opportunity whilst in the process to say, do I want to stay with this broken person? or
do I want to hold his hand?
Or do I want to hold his hand? You know? And then,
or do I even have capacity?
Yes. You get an opportunity to sort of assess yourself, to say, okay, this mountain is too high. I can't climb this one. Or somehow myself being vulnerable to you also gives you the ability to do the same. So it's like a gate that opens another gate, right? And that way, when we are both bare, then we can both work towards something for one another. You know, remember, the doctor cannot give you a cure for something that has never been diagnosed. So being vulnerable enables us to do a diagnosis of the person that is me or you. So vulnerability enables us to really do that. Yeah.
I like how you explain it, because I as you were talking, I remembered our first date.
Good.
I've probably said it before, and I think I should say it again.
I'm a brave man.
He is a brave man.
Yes, I am.
On our first date, this guy,
Very first.
very first date, this guy took me out, and when we got to the date, he said, "I actually can't pay for this.
I don't have money.
I don't have money."
Yeah.
I know.
I can't remember how much I had, but I just knew the bill.
You just knew that you could only cover yourself.
Yeah.
And not cover guys. Hey, that's how deep. He's like, you know what? And I don't know how the Holy Spirit, like, it's crazy because somehow that honesty,
Yeah.
that vulnerability for me, it's like, yo, this guy, like, I had goosebumps and I wasn't even angry. I just appreciated your honesty.
Yeah.
That you would be so honest with me to say, I want to take you out, but I can't afford it. And that just rang differently for me.
Yeah.
And I think ever since then, we've just been transparent with each other in anything and everything. And I think you set the tone from the start. So I just want to say thanks for that, because that has been quite key for the journey and where we are today.
So guys, life hack, vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Stop trying to be
Don't be
that
somebody
man
that you're not.
that you're not. Trying to carry load that you can't carry because you want to be scorer. It don't work.
Not
bruh.
gonna happen.
Remember, you're setting the tone, bro. If you're gonna come through as Mr. Forex in a relationship, you need to maintain it, Papa. You need to maintain it.
Yeah.
So at least now that we've discovered that about me, we understand what I'm working towards, and that is giving you a soft life.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm happy to work towards it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the second one.
All right. This one I love it.
It's our favorite.
Yeah. What is your take on?
What's the second one?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay.
What is your take on friendship as a tool to sustain marriage?
Sure.
So friendship is what I'm asking you about.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is my take on friendship?
Yeah.
Being a tool to sustain a marriage.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a tough question, but I'm going to try answer it in the best way possible. Reflection of our journey.
Yeah.
Right? So we started off as friends. We knew each other, friends of friends, or friends of friends. Right? And grew up around each other.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I think the foundation of our union, our relationship was based on that, getting to know each other. Remember, guys, that guy that took me out on a date and said he can't afford. I said, wait, babes. Yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit. And he was also exiting a relationship. So it was a bit messy. But
that was covered in another one of our
Yes.
YouTube videos. We shall not get into it.
Yeah. But I want to illustrate friendship and just the importance of it and that vulnerability dovetailing into friendship. And why is it such an important tool in marriage?
Right.
That foundation of marriage is quite important. I know some people don't really marry their best friends or they don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
But you can still become
You can create
your friends with each other in marriage,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because friendship allows honesty. It allows you to be real, to be your real self with this person that you're building with.
Yeah.
It allows that even when it's difficult to love, that there is still that commitment, there is still that I like you type. I still want to be around you because you are my friend, and I don't want to sort of like say pack your bags and leave, because I still want that friend,
Right.
even though the marriage part is difficult.
Sure.
Right? As a tool, I think more than anything, it allows you to be yourself, to be the most authentic self when approaching any challenge.
Yeah.
It allows you to also think about the teamwork aspect of the union.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to go into different aspects outside of the seriousness, I think, of the covenant.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think we need to sort of be candid about it, to be quite real about what we offer each other as people.
Or what do you experience?
What you're experiencing.
What you're
yeah.
feeling now.
So I think as a tool is quite a powerful tool.
Yeah.
But I think for me, more than anything, is having it right from foundation phase. Your take?
So for me, and I'll make an example. If you happen to overspend your money and you don't have petrol money, it is easier to tell your friend that you need 500 rands than it is to tell your wife. So if as a couple you are able to wear the friendship cap in order to address certain things, where you won't be judged, in a way enables you to also be, again, vulnerable and honest. You know what I'm saying? So friendship it creates a safe space for conversations that would otherwise be tough between a husband and wife. And the benefit of that is that, look, also another thing is that being friends locks out the world from your marriage, because if you are friends, then I don't necessarily need to have some. I still do need to have guy friends or friends.
Yeah.
Where we'll have common conversations between myself and Tebogo, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then that means most of my intimate conversations are gonna be with you as my friend.
Yeah.
And I'll still have you as my wife as
Yeah.
well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it just enables the relationship
ease.
to be easier.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
And I think you've said something, I think consistently to a lot of our friends and family, hauna, and I'll try say it in English as well.
Okay.
The best thing about marriage is hotetsana.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how
yeah,
to
yeah.
translate that. Yeah.
What is it?
Hotetsana, like just to
Thick as thieves, bro.
to just be thick as thieves,
Yeah.
the partners in crime.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that we're gonna do, we're gonna do it together,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go there together. And we'll see
If it's wrong.
If it's wrong,
But it's our decision.
it's our
together.
decision together.
It's our wrong.
Exactly.
But,
So
yeah.
that's, and I think when it comes to friendship, when you think about marriage and friends, like friendship also has a certain commitment and
Yes.
seriousness to it.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you look at our friendships before we got married,
Yeah.
and how we really we took our friendships very seriously.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
It also brings in that whole commitment aspect of we are in this together.
Right.
We are team. We are a team, and we're gonna do this together. So I think that foundational learning of friendship is always quite key in terms of just creating a framework around
Yep.
your union.
100%.
Cool. So we're gonna go into the third one,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And I've named it respect versus love.
Aha.
Right?
I love it so much.
Yeah. Because I think there is something that we get wrong
Yeah.
as women, and there's something that
As
we
couples.
get wrong
As couples.
as men.
Yeah.
Right? And I think maybe just go into it.
Bruh, I will.
Tell, because you're very passionate about this.
I will.
So go into it and tell us.
I will put it like this.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't need you to love me.
Say it again.
I don't need my wife to love me. A man does not need love from a woman. That's not our food. What a man needs is respect. You can love me all you want. It's pointless if you don't respect me as a man. And vice versa, I understand that women need to be loved.
What does the Bible say?
That is what the Bible. That is exactly what the Bible
Let's
says.
go back to the word.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think when we are in the dating phase, we focus so much on being in love, falling in love, staying in love, that our actions do not do not reflect respect. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's very good to understand what each of us need in a relationship. And for men, it is respect. The one of the biggest problems when a man has an issue in the house, it always starts with respect. How you talk to me, how you speak with me, how I'm not gonna list the things, but yeah.
Do you, while we are there, 'cause I really wanna go into this these dynamics of respect and love, sir.
Sure.
Do you believe in I'm just talking in general, right?
Yes.
That if and I don't know how to put it, but I'm just gonna say it. But do you believe in like your husband must love you more than you love him as a woman in order for your relationship to have a lasting effect? Because I'll go into the why. Because there's a lot of, I get to be based on the structure and the word, right? That there's a lot of women that throw themselves to men. Like they express themselves too much. I patala lobola for a guy. I'm rekela this, I'm rekela that, right?
Yeah.
For me, it somehow almost resembles her loving him more than he does.
Okay.
Right? And I think it's a mistake that we sometimes do, even in the foundation of dating, right? You were honest to tell me, ma'am, I can't afford this date, whatever the case is. But it's not my responsibility to now consistently give you a cushion, whereas you should do your part in the relationship. You get what I mean? There's a certain aspect of helping, right? And then there's a certain aspect of providing too much comfort that you then forget your role as the man to do your part. So when we talk about love and loving more, right? Tell me, okay, is this correct? Okay, a man should love a woman more than a wife loving the husband. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah. I'm probably not gonna respond to your question the way you would love it.
No,
love, you know.
tackle it however.
But I for me it's just basic. It's not a love him more. Brother, love your wife, and inside love there you can break it down into be consistent, work hard, provide, protect, lead your wife to God, or enable her to grow, let her flourish, support her inside love, right? And then again you get into respect. You can break it down. Be led by this man. Listen to this man. Understand this man. Learn this man. And most of these things are also you find
Vice
them in
versa.
love. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not gonna answer you with who must love more or who
must do what.
Let's respect this brother, lady, dude. Love this woman. That's it, bruh.
So, when it comes to love as well, okay, let's start first with respect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't think a lot of us, our age group, does that well.
Okay.
You
mean
ladies?
ladies?
Yeah, ladies.
Women, okay.
In terms of, we don't... I guess I'm going to speak about myself, right? Actually, let me actually, go into myself in our relationship. When we started off, do you think that I respected you the way you needed?
No. No.
Sure.
But again,
let's go into it.
Yeah, again,
Let's go into it. Yeah.
The word says a man is like a farmer. You are the soil that I was preparing for my seeds. Okay, so you needed work as much as I needed work. That is why one of our first well, the first time you actually saw me angry, it was a question of
It was a respect
me
fight.
me seeing you
Respecting somebody
Yes.
else of authority.
Yes.
And then I remember he did this.
Yeah.
man.
So yeah.
He was like, babe, I really wish you would respect me as you respect our pastor.
Yeah.
Did I not cringe and die inside?
It's a simple
Because I didn't read. I'm even getting hot. Oh my gosh. Because this one was difficult. It was, I didn't realize, okay, I'm not going to cry on this episode again, Jesus. I didn't realize that I didn't respect you in the way you required. I thought that I was doing my role as your possible wife. And I think that's where, you know, sometimes in friendship, there's a fine line there by friendship there.
Yes.
Where we become friends and then we forget that this man requires respect, right? And I think I had to learn. You taught me.
Yeah.
You taught me how to respect you.
Yes, ma'am.
Very early on. And I will never forget. That's why I'm highlighting it again. I will never forget that line of, baby, do you think you respect... Yeah, guys.
Yeah, it was a do you,
My
would you speak to our pastor the way you spoke
speak
to
to
me
me.
now? I think if you just think about it like that, you're like, okay, I do not respect a lot of men actually.
Wow.
You know, because another instance,
I think the other incident was my dad.
which was I was
Yeah.
so angry, and
was my dad.
Dad is he's happy. He had a little bit to
Drink.
to sip nyana. He's a cool guy. I love that man. You know, and Mugel here is shouting at her in my presence. She was shouting at her dad. Did I not say right in the next? You will never ever again
Yes.
speak to your dad like that. Ever. I do not care whether he's sober or not. I don't think you've ever done it again.
No, I never did.
Well
again.
done, girl.
Like, and I think that's why I always say you make me better. Like, you've taught me, because remember you might not know you married a broken girl, right? That faced a lot of stuff and saw life in a different way.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was learning. When we started dating, I think I had taken time to pray for a husband, right? And that's why I'm saying that even in the package that you came and you said, God kept on saying, it's him, man. It's him. You might not see it, but there's a lot of things that in every single step, teaching me how to love, how to respect.
Yes.
You know, you might think you know these things. And creating, you've also created an environment for me to grow.
Okay.
You've made me confront deepest parts of me. Wow. You've made me better. When I say that, I don't say it lightly.
So I'm a good farmer.
Yeah, you are. You've made me better. You've taught me what actually it means to respect, what it means to love. And I've seen
respect
you.
everybody.
Respect everybody.
Yeah.
And even in the simplest things, like then you go greet everybody. Because now I'm like an introvert. Like then you go you greet. Like things that I'm like shy and whatever. You know what I mean? Even this is dating phase, right? But it's things that are foundational of this means a lot to me.
Yes. Yes.
You communicated it quite early on. And I think that's what I think has made, I guess, the man that you are to me.
Yeah.
And I'll never shy away from consistently shouting on the rooftops. Sorry. You're doing a good job.
Give me my flowers, man. Give me my flowers.
You're doing a good job. Okay. We won't stop with love and respect. Okay, we've got 2 more to go.
Oh yeah.
All right. Loyalty. You put this in. I think it's your turn. It was supposed to be your turn, but okay, we're going. You put loyalty in. Sure. And I think a lot of the loyalty part we saw when we were planning our wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Between our in agreement with each other and the things that were happening around us.
Yep.
So let's go into loyalty.
So good friends are loyal friends. Let's start there.
Say it again.
Good friends are loyal. The basis of a good friendship is loyalty. So it says the basis of a good marriage is loyalty. If you and I sit in the house and we say we are going to buy a Mercedes,
babes, we're buying it.
And we are living in a Mkuku,
babes,
we do not care what other people say. If you and I agree, it is exactly what we're going to do. Why is it No, we don't want two picantos. We want this Mercedes.
And we're going to stay there.
And loyalty is you, and in my absence, you will still speak the same language that we were speaking in my presence. Loyalty also.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
What loyalty is also. Every time you step out of the house, you are carrying
You're
my
the
name.
representation of me.
You are carrying. You are me.
Yeah.
So how you represent me outside there,
sir,
must say you are loyal to our cause.
Sure.
Right? So loyalty, like nobody should be able to come between the two of you, even when you are apart. You have children, you decide to raise them in a certain way, and you agree. There'll always be voices that come with whatever experience, and no, children they're supposed. You must stay loyal to what we agreed upon.
While you're there, I'm gonna take a book out of vulnerability and go into there by loyalty and something that Dinyuko did without realizing that she's doing it.
Okay.
So I think we're with our family, right? And one of our family members noticed that my husband doesn't speak Sesotho with our children, and only I do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And and one of our family members is like, why don't you speak Sesotho with the children? And I was like, oh, I do it. He just decides not to do it.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
I took I was being honest. I was like, no, that right. But at the same time, I was illustrating not being in agreement.
Yeah. You didn't protect,
and I was not protecting, and the loyalty part of our agreement. He then, when we got home, he's like, ma'am, you said this is a conversation on my like, ma'am, this is what you said. So I know, ma'am, this is how you feel, ma'am, but
you don't say that.
You don't say that, ma'am.
When we are with
others, because I know this is it's family, but ma'am, I know this is how you feel, ma'am. But ma'am, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Which is true.
You don't.
Which is true.
Yeah.
We're gonna have differing opinions, right? And I guess why is important for me, and it's okay to disagree.
Very good.
It's okay to disagree.
It means you are normal people.
For me personally, and we can go into it. For me personally, I am always, every time I go in, this is just sidebar. Every time I go into an Uber, I'm always, the minute the person says Dinyuko Mukali, I hear Wana Mani Minjani, right? And then this girl here that grew up in the Val Triangle, and then the conversation goes on and on and on, and somewhere we get stuck, right? Sir, right? And for me, I don't want that for my children. I want my children to know Sesotho, but my husband is like, I get that, right? Not now. Expand.
Look, my take. They're just 4. There's so much time for them to learn 5 languages.
More.
Right now they're developing. They're trying to put together 4 words of one language.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they will get it, bruh.
They'll get it.
I know 3-4 languages myself. I want my kids to know more languages.
Yeah.
And Spanish and French.
Oh, sir.
You know? Yeah, but so I'm not gonna put pressure on my kids to learn multiple languages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we disagree. It's natural. It's good to have different opinions.
Loyalty.
But be loyal to each other.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the last one.
Let's do it.
The last one is sex.
Hey.
Yeah.
Guys.
Okay, wait. So,
Okay,
go.
Let me go.
Okay. But preach, sir.
Don't confuse us saying you must be friends for saying you mustn't have. Hey, in a marriage, that is a gift that God has given you to procreate, and also to enjoy. It's nutty. Guys, have sex. You must have sex. Okay? Sex for men is a source of but it's how we express love. It's how we give love. It's how we also receive it. It does so much, man, for our health. It does so much for our mental health. It does so much for our confidence. You always surprised when I tell you that I want to be wanted. You know, I want you to want me. It means a lot to me. You know, and having sex is it's a big part of my love language. I'm even okay with it being the only one.
Please, sir. You want me to say something after you said that? Yeah. What do I say about sex, really?
You like it?
I think, personally, there's a lot of things I could talk about. And you keep laughing. There's a lot of things I could talk about in terms of, I guess, sex and marriage. But my heart leans more on just the sensitivity of it, right? The emotional part of it. I think for me, more than anything, me and my husband would be fighting, right? But he'll still want us to. And I'm like, no, sir. Right? For me, it's very personal. For me, it's very emotional. And I'm speaking for me, right? In terms of the journey travel. I think as women, right, there's something that I think we don't talk about enough around our wombs, our organs as women, right? That, and I don't want to go into spiritual ties. This is not the conversation for that, right? And we can have another conversation for that. That's why I think that for me, it's quite personal when I'm having sex with you. And that's why I think we can talk long about the sex part, but for me, it's very personal. It's very, it's something that I take seriously. And guys, my husband, yeah, he, like any other husband, wants us to conversate there in the bedroom every day. But I appreciate that it's your love language. And even though that day, I'm like, no, I'm so tired. I always remember Mama Bongi's words, right?
Yeah.
Tinyoko, but you never ever kwata.
Please say it in the camera.
Ma'am, I know, ma'am. But when you're married and you've chosen to be with your husband, and in this covenant of God,
hallelujah,
he's your husband, and that's what God. This is a gift from God, right? And therefore, treat it as such. Treat it with sensitivity. Treat it with love. Treat it with kindness. Prepare for it. Be happy for it. Do right by it, because it's a covenant, right? Yes. And this is one of the gifts that births and multiplies nations, right? It's an instrument as well. It's an instrument for the kingdom of God that brings forth his soldiers. Excuse the pun. But you know,
that was a good one.
But you know, I treat it with that love, and I think I'm going to cut it there. I think I've said enough. think I've said enough. Okay. So, but I think, is there anything else you want to say, sir? About
No, I am a happy man.
Opening the gate. Okay, thanks. But to close off and move away from the candidness of this conversation, really, it's been a great 6 years.
Yeah,
It's been
the
a
most
great
beautiful
6 years.
6 years of my life.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy.
No.
It's been challenging. It's been up. It's been down, but it's been worthwhile. But you know what? We cannot shy away from the fact that while we journey on, there is always a lot of things happening around us.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a lot of, I guess, our age group that are divorcing.
Yeah.
And it's quite sad that majority of the time you hear of he changed on me, or he sold me a dream, and I remember using those words in the first year of our marriage, right? When things started changing for us because we had to consistently adjust.
Yeah.
But I think even in the adjustment of our marriage, you remained committed. You remained the guy that promised to love me.
Yeah.
But why do we have this trend of change? Is it because we never waited for the right partner? Life after I do is not all roses and pearls, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people discover a new person because consistently as you grow, you change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the person that you change into is sometimes not a person that understands or knows what marriage ought to be.
Yeah.
So what is your take? Just to close it off.
You will not find the perfect person for you. You will not find the right guy for you. You will not find the right woman for you. You need to find somebody that is willing to be committed to you and willing to grow in the commitment with you, and who is willing to make changes that are in line with the commitment, right? Everything that divorced men or divorcing or people who are struggling in their relationships are capable of doing, I'm also capable of doing. But I make a daily choice every day to say I am committed to Tenyiko. So even though I see that beautiful girl, it will end in my eyes and I shall go no further. Every day is an exercise. So my opinion is that people get into the marriage covenant, but they don't want to make the necessary changes to their lives so that they are aligned with the current destination.
Sure.
Some people are wearing parachutes, but they're going under, but they're working in a mine. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to, mine, it's tunnels, it's small. So that parachute becomes a baggage, even though if you're in the sky, it's a safety, it gives you safety. So you need to let go of certain things so that in your new current environment, you are able to move with purpose. I don't want to nitpick into exactly what it is that mostly men don't want to let go of when they get married, or what women hold on to when they get married. So it's just that we get into this commitment with so much baggage that sometimes it only takes a simple human being to just say, I need to stop doing 1, 2, 3 because that is not in alignment with my current destination. That's it. That's my opinion.
And I think, just to close it off, a lot of the times, for me, we sometimes date prematurely, right? We don't wait for the right person. We don't spend time praying for the right person. We just go in because maybe Tenyoko is getting married it looks nice. This thing looks nice. Nami, I'm going. But you as a person, you know, okay, you are still broken. You are still not okay, but you're gonna go and then meet somebody that is even more broken than you are, and then you meet and you're not even willing to do the work, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just a volcano. Nobody's hearing anybody. Nobody's doing whatever because sometimes you didn't take the time to understand who you are. I made you wait a lot.
For sure.
I made and you might, I guess we might not understood the benefit of it because I just needed to be convicted by God. No, He is the one. Because you said you don't want to be laying with another a person or whatever the case is. This is what you want, whatever the case is, right? And I think even in my younger years where I was dating or whatever the case is, I could have done better, right?
Sure.
To
All
inform.
of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And I think we then compromise on the quality of our marriage based on okay, ke dumetse hore ke tlo sale ke betsetsa TK, ke etsa this, and this is how it is. TK wajola, it's fine, and then carried it over to marriage, thinking when we go into marriage, he's gonna
after
change.
wearing a ring.
No, babes.
Forget it.
Not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I think it's important that we sort of, I think, take the time to understand what it is that marriage is. Right? We have to understand what it is, marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is not for everybody. We're not sitting here and inviting everybody. No. Yes, but you have to do the work. If you're not prepared to do the work, it's gonna beat you in the bums.
Yeah.
It's as clean as that.
Yeah.
You have to do the work. And I love the fact that in the time that we're living in now, there's so much marriage content. There's so much marriage, like relationship. Guys, if you make a decision, it's right, ma'am, it would be your fault. Because there's so many things. We're sharing our journey with you, and we're not sitting here as experts.
No.
But we're saying,
No.
okay, do the work. Don't go into relationships just because, or a marriage, a marriage, thinking, it's gonna change.
A person, no.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close it there because we're gonna talk forever. Happy New Year, everything. We will see you in the new year. This is Tenyoko Mokale and
Tukulo Mokale signing out.
see you next year.